from the campus of Washington and Lee University. This is a Channel 18 Rockbridge News Update.
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report Tuesday Live Update. I'm Sarah Allen. Mexican officials say they have located the 4 Americans abducted last Friday. We want to warn you, some of the video you may see is disturbing.
Of the 4, there are 2 dead, 1 person injured, and the other alive. Now ambulances and the rest of the security personnel are on their way to provide aid for transportation and medical support that may be required.
The 2 surviving Americans, now identified as Latavia Washington McGee and Eric Williams, are back on U.S. soil and were taken to a Texas hospital for treatment, according to a CNN source. And at least 1 person has been detained in connection to the death of the 2 American citizens. A friend says the group was from the Myrtle Beach area of South Carolina and had driven to Mexico for a medical procedure. The bodies of the deceased victims, now identified as Shahid Woodward and Zindel Martin, will be returned over to the U.S. as soon as a coroner in Mexico finishes forensic exams to determine the causes of death. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 do not travel advisory for the U.S. citizens thinking of traveling to Tamaulipas. China's foreign minister says there surely will be conflict and confrontation if the U.S. does not hit the brakes. Qin Gang suggested the recent balloon crisis could have been avoided. He also echoed accusations from the Chinese president, saying that the U.S. is trying to contain China's development. These digs came on the sideline of the China's National People's Congress, a key annual political event. The U.S. says it seeks to compete with China but does not see conflict. Strike against the government's plans to raise the retirement age for most workers. The protests are nationwide, including cities like Nice and Calais, but the French capital is expected to be the most effective. In Paris, around 120 schools will be closed and 60% of teachers will be on strike, according to a tweet from the FSU, the main education trade union. Unions and opposition parties are encouraging people to bring France to a halt. Over the weekend, the California Department of Transportation removed just over 1.6 million liquid gallons of snow in the Twin Peaks area. While officials say some progress has been made clearing the roads and plowing the snow, some residents are still left out in the cold. One Crestline resident says the situation makes it tough to get the necessary supplies to survive.
It's hard to make stuff. I'm just eating what there is, so it's getting uncomfortable. And then they say, go get supplies. It's not an easy thing to do. It's a trek to the store to get supplies in the freezing cold. Then you got to trek it back home. Stater Brothers is nowhere close. Our one grocery store's fallen, so we're in bad shape.
The National Weather Service reports the Sierra Nevada mountain range could get up to an additional 3 feet of snow through tomorrow morning. This after some areas have seen more than 30 inches of snowfall over a 24-hour period. California officials say part of Interstate 80 at the Nevada state line will remain shut down because of winter conditions, with no estimated time of reopening. Democrat Jennifer McClellan will become the first Black woman to represent Virginia in Congress. She will be sworn into the U.S. House later tonight. McClellan won a special election last month to represent Virginia's 4th district. The seat opened up after Democratic Representative Donald McEachin died weeks after being reelected in November. She said in an interview with AP that she is ready to bring a brand new perspective as a Black mom, a Black woman, and a working mom to Congress. The number 8 ranked Virginia women's basketball team took down Louisville 75-67 on Sunday. The Hokies captured their first ACC championship title in the program's first trip to the title game. The team now awaits their seeding in the NCAA tournament, which will be released in 5 days.
I'm 100 years old today, and I feel great.
He's a doctor, a World War II Navy vet, and now Harold Batt has another feat to celebrate, turning 100 years old. Dr. Batt was a practicing radiologist until just a few years ago, and clearly isn't slowing down anytime soon. His 100th birthday happened to coincide with the annual Centenarian celebration at Jewish Senior Services in Bridgeport, Connecticut on Sunday. Batt was joined by 13 others also celebrating their 100th birthdays. Join us Thursday for the Rockbridge Report's 30-minute newscast and visit rockbridgereport.wlu.edu anytime for more regional and national news.